All right, so we are going to take this with a good bit of hip opening today. We're taking this toward EPK2 Vinyasa 2, or I will call this the hurdler's balance, just for brevity. And it's an arm balance here. It takes a lot of opening to the inner thighs, the hamstrings. Keep that in mind. We're definitely going to be going to those areas back and forth. And toward that, since I'm already talking about it, I'll give you the demonstration, because this will be part of the flow. So once we get into the main sequence, every sequence is finally going to lead you to the front of the mat, and you're going to come into this from this almost all fours position. So you're going to have both hands down, one knee down, and one foot on the floor, and bring it behind the wrist on the hand, behind the wrist on the same side. So my left foot's forward, and I'm going to lift my left heel. So I want you to keep the heel up, try to keep the knee high outside your arm, and then coming into this, just take it bit by bit. So you're going to start to lean forward just like chaturanga. Shoulders forward, bend the elbows in toward you, and then as you lean away from that front leg. So I'm going to bring my ribs onto my right arm, and then set my left leg on my left arm and lift my left foot. You got to lift that front foot if you're going to go anywhere. Keep in mind. Now, if you come into this and feel like this is enough, maybe just stay here. This might be just a good hip opener by itself, and take some weight in your hands. Now, if you're going to balance it, you got to look forward and think about extending. So rather than just letting your head go down to the floor, because you're not really supposed to rest here, you want to extend this. Look forward, pull your chest forward. That's what's going to lift your back leg, keep in mind. And you're trying to get to at least this point where you're tipping up a little bit and keeping your body in line. If you can take it further, you can extend that front leg a little bit out to the side, maybe forward. It depends on how open your hips are. And just take it as far into that as you can. We'll move to the vinyasa from there. And there's going to be a lot of prep before we get into that position. So just work things as best you can. And that is at the end of the flow. At the beginning of the flow here, I have one more demonstration. I'm going to take this through a series of hops. So you're going to start this in downward facing dog. I'm going to take this into a three-legged dog right away. So you're going to press in your hands, lift one leg up high. This will be my left leg again. And to start, before you go anywhere, I want you to keep that lifted leg straight. So point the foot, reach the toes, lock the knee. So there's no bend in the knee at all. And you should feel the lift in the glutes on that side. Your hips are going to stay square. Now you're going to look forward toward your hands. Keep the base foot where it is to start. Just bend the base knee. Feel your hips move straight up and down. And keep in mind, I'm not really swinging my legs, it's moving because it's attached to the rest of me. And there's no bend in that knee, so keep the leg rigid. Now to take this back and forth, you're going to look forward, press into the base foot, hop it forward, and then hop it back. The top leg stays straight the whole time. And my base foot just came a few inches off the floor. You don't have to take it too aggressively if you don't want. If you want to take this further, you can press this and lift up higher. But try to keep pressing to the floor with your hands and land this as lightly as you can. If you want to take it toward inversion, maybe you bring it to the point where your hips are over your shoulders. But again, you can just control this back and forth, and eventually we'll end up toward the front of the mat. So just work things as best you can. And again, with that top leg, work to keep it straight. Whether you're taking that hop up high or just keeping things down low. And just keep all that in mind. So to get this started, let's come down to the mat and start this in child's pose. So set this up and go ahead and point the toes in toward each other. Let the knees go out wide so you're on your shins. Sink your seat down toward your heels. And then keep the knees out wide here as you walk the hands forward. Sink your torso down low between your thighs. Now as you come down, go ahead, relax a little bit here. Bring your forehead down to the floor. And once you're down, just close your eyes. So just give yourself a moment to settle in like this. Let your mind quiet down. And then when you're ready, start to deepen your breathing here. So with the inhales, pulling as much air as you can, try to fill up your lungs and hold on to all that breath at the top for just a moment. When you exhale, constrict the back of your throat to slow your breath down on the way back out. And just work here to make your exhales last at least as long as your inhales as you breathe. And then when you're ready here, take a deep inhale. And when you exhale, just keep the eyes closed, but walk your hands over to the right side. So extend your torso long over the right thigh. Let your head hang, stay low here. Try to keep your seat low to your heels. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bring the hands back through center, come over to your left side. Torso long over your left thigh, stretch long through both arms. And again, keep your head low, keep your seat low to your heels here. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bring yourself back to the right side again. Torso long over the right thigh. Reach your left hand as far right as you can go, but bend the right elbow, bring the right hand back outside your leg, press down. And sink your left shoulder toward the floor, just a little bit of a twist. With your next inhale, reach that right arm in line with the left. And then with the exhale, walk the hands back through center. Come over to your left side. Reach that right hand as far left as you can go, and then bend the left elbow, set it down outside your left thigh. Press down, sink the right shoulder toward the floor, and just breathe with this here. A little bit of twist on this side. With your next inhale, reach both arms in line. And then with the exhale, walk the hands back into center. And then in toward your knees to bring yourself to an upright seat. And if you need to, you can always set this up sitting in a cross-legged seat, but otherwise just stay on your shins like this. And then we'll just take this slow to begin. So with your next inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale, reach up high again. Exhale, hands through center. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale through center again. Inhale, reach up high. And then with the exhale, this time lean to the right side. So right hand down, left arm reaching right and hold here. Just stretch this out long and keep your gaze up high. With your next inhale, come back to center, reach straight up. And then with the exhale, lean left. Left hand down, right arm reaching left. Stretch this out long, look up toward the ceiling and just hold for a moment. With your next inhale, bring it back to center, both arms high. Now with the exhale, bring the hands down through center, down to the floor. Bring yourself up into all fours for a moment here. And then we'll take this into a twist right away and we'll thread the needle. We'll just go right into the twist. So with your next inhale, reach your right arm up high. Exhale, right arm underneath. Bring the shoulder all the way down. And then just hold. So press that right shoulder to the floor. Press the back of the right hand down. Bring your gaze up toward the ceiling. This may be good enough right here. Try to stack the left shoulder above the right. Now, if you want to take it a little bit further, just keep your hips up high. Maybe reach your left arm high. And if you want to play around with the position here, maybe reach your left arm past your head, bicep over your ears, still pressing the right shoulder down. Now, if you lift the left hand, set it back down on the floor. With your next inhale, reach the right arm high. And then with the exhale, just come back to center, back to all fours. Let's take the other side. So once you're ready, with your inhale, reach your left arm up high. Exhale, left arm underneath. Bring the shoulder all the way down. Now press into that left shoulder. Press the back of the left hand. Stack the right shoulder above the left and look up toward the ceiling with your hips so high. And you can just hold your twist here. Now if you want to take this a little bit further, maybe reach your right arm straight up. And maybe keep reaching with that right arm, but reach it past your head. Just hold here. Keep your chest open. Keep your shoulders stacked. If you lift up the right hand, set it back down. With your next inhale, reach your left arm up high. And then with the exhale, just bring it back down and come back to all fours. Now we're going to take this into the wrists a little bit here. And I want you to walk your hands in close. So bring the hands in within about one hand's length forward to your knees. Palms down, rotate your hands, fingertips out to the side and then in toward your knees. Now you can keep your legs like you'd have them in all fours, but if you can take this a little bit further, I want you to bring your knees out wide like you're about to come back into child's pose. So knees wider than your hips, toes point in toward each other. Let your hips stay down low, lower than your shoulders. And then dig your fingertips down to the floor. Now as you hold on to this, press your spine up toward the ceiling. Just feel that stretch. Keep grabbing the mat. And then take this into some cow and cat breathing. So with an inhale, just drop your belly, pull your chest forward, lift your gaze. Exhale, round this back in and empty out. And inhale, drop your belly, pull your chest forward, gaze up high. Exhale, round and empty. And just keep moving like this. Take it back and forth a few more rounds. And just breathe with this. Try to go through the whole length of your spine, each direction. And work to keep your hips low if you can. Keep gripping the floor with your fingers as you move. And then when you're ready, one more deep inhale for cow, gaze up high. One more complete exhale for cat. And then just come up onto the fingertips and flip your hands over. Keep your hands close like this. You can bring them closer if you like. Keep the legs as they are. And just bring the backs of the hands down. So palms facing up, fingertips pointing toward you. Hands are still about shoulder width. And see about keeping your lower body in the same position it was. So maybe the knees are close, maybe you're holding the knees wide like child's pose. Now press down to the fingertips. Maybe just stay here with that pressure on your hands. And just take it to the legs if you need to go light or lean the weight further forward. And if you want to move with this, take it back into that cow and cat breathing. With an inhale, pull your chest forward, gaze up high. Exhale, round and empty. And just keep moving like this. Now, as you're moving, again, work the tension in your hands. Keep your fingertips pressing down. And try to move through the full length of your spine, both directions. And then from here, one more deep inhale for cow when you're ready. And one more complete exhale for cat. And then come up onto the fingertips down to sitting on your heels and just take a moment, shake your hands out, loosen up your fingers and loosen up your wrists. And then once the hands are ready, come back into all fours. Now once you're in all fours, bring the knees out wide again like you're about to come back into child's pose. I'm kind of faking you out here because we're not actually taking that full position. So the knees are wide, the toes pointing toward each other, but I want you to come down onto your forearms. Now you can put your hands together, just keep the forearms parallel. It's not going to matter a whole lot. I want you to keep your elbows at about shoulder width. We're not taking this dolphin or anything. But we'll take this back and forth and start to work into the hips and maybe a little bit of compression as well. Now I want you to keep your elbows on the floor and keep the hands down as well. And then as best you can, step the right foot forward out to the right side. Try to set that foot flat without lifting your elbow. And then bring the right knee down. Bring your left foot forward out to the left side. Set the foot flat. And then set your knee down. And then bring the right foot forward again, maybe outside the right arm. Set the knee down. Bring your left foot forward, set that foot down flat. And then set the knee down. Work it as best you can. Set the right foot flat on the floor at your side. Bring the knee back down. Bring the left foot down to your side. And then set the knee back down. And then one more time, step onto the right foot. And then bring the knee back down. One more time, step your left foot flat. And then bring that knee down. And then come up onto your hands back in all fours. Hands are shoulder width. And then step the right foot forward outside the right hand and the left foot outside the left. And we're going to take this into a full squat. So feet are wide, heels in, toes out. And keep your feet flat, keep your heels down. Now sink your hips down low. You can just bring the thighs toward parallel with the floor if your hips are tight. This is good enough. If you're able to take it down deeper, just take it to where you can without your heels lifting up off the floor. Now maybe the feet go wider, maybe narrower, maybe play at the angle of your feet. It's going to be different for everybody. But this is going to be your base position from here. So keep your heels down on the floor. Bring the hands down to the floor in front of you. They're going to stay there. We're just going to warm this up. So with an inhale, bring your hips up high, forward fold. Exhale, sink back down to your squat. Heels stay down. Inhale, lift your hips up again. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, press your hips high. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift your hips up again. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, press your hips high. Exhale, sink back down. Inhale, lift the hips up. Exhale, lower, let it burn a little bit. Inhale, press your hips up high. Exhale, sink this down low. And then inhale, lift your hips one more time. Stay lifted, stay loose. Shake your legs out for a moment. And just breathe here. And then once you're ready, go ahead, bend your knees, sink back into deep. The squat heels are still down. And then once you sink this down, go ahead and bring the right hand to the floor behind you, the left hand to the floor as well. And just keep your seat lifted, shift a little bit side to side. And then just go ahead and keep moving side to side. Go ahead, crab walk this all the way to the back of the mat. And then take it the other way. Walk this to the front. Don't overthink it. Just let your weight shift right and left. Once you make it to the front of the mat, walk this all the way back again. And from the back of the mat, walk it all the way forward one more time. And then from the front of the mat, just walk this back into center. And then just set yourself down. Shake your hands out for a moment. And then we'll set it up for a reverse tabletop. So feet in front of you, hips width distance, hands behind the shoulders, shoulder width. Now if you can, point your fingertips forward. And if you need to back off from the wrist, just rotate your fingers to the side, right and left. Now when you're ready for me, just lift your seat up off the floor. And we'll take it up and down. So with the inhale, press your hips high. Exhale, sink back down. Inhale, lift your hips up again. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, press this up high. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift up again. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, press this up high. Exhale, sink down. And then inhale, lift one more time. We'll just hold this here. Now as you hold on to your lift, you can look forward, look up, or hang your head back. But keep your chest lifting, keep your glutes squeezing, and just keep breathing. Hold the tension here. And then take an inhale. With the exhale, sink all the way down. Now once you come down, just take a moment, shake your hands out. And we'll set up one more variation. So feet still in front of your hips width distance, hands behind the shoulders, shoulder width. Now this time, rotate your fingers to the side and then as far back as you can go. And then lift your seat up off the floor. We're going to take this up on one hand at a time. So once you put your weight onto your left hand, bring the right hand to your chest and keep it here. And then be sure you can press up and down from the left shoulder without pain. Otherwise, set that right hand down. Now from here, when you're ready, with an inhale, press your hips up all the way. Exhale, sink this down. Inhale, lift up again. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, press up one more time and hold here. Now as you hold this, keep your glutes squeezing. Keep pressing from that left arm and keep that arm straight. Keep the right shoulder stacked above the left and keep breathing. Let your head hang back. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, come back down onto both hands and come all the way to the floor. You can shake that left hand out for a moment. Now once you're ready, let's set up for the other side. So feet in the same position, hands behind the shoulders, about shoulder width. Rotate your fingers to the sides and then all the way back. And now this time, put the weight on the right hand and bring the left hand to your chest. Keep it here. Be sure you can lift and lower from the right shoulder. Now back and forth with an inhale, press your hips up all the way. Exhale, sink this down. Inhale, lift your hips up again. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, press up high. Now stay lifted like this. Now as you hold on to this, keep that right arm strong. Keep pressing into the floor. Keep your left shoulder high. And keep your glutes squeezing. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, bring it down all the way on both hands and then down to the floor. Shake your hands out for a moment. And then once you're ready, cross at the ankles, roll forward your hands, find all fours. And then from all fours, we're going to take this into a lopsided shape. So we're going to take this in the shoulders a little bit, but a bit more into the hips. So I want you to come down onto the right forearm and stay on your left hand. Now the right elbow stays to the side. Bring that right hand to center. Slide your left hand back so you can stack the elbow directly over the wrist and keep the elbow pulled into your side. Now just look down at the floor, tuck the toes of both feet, lift your knees, bring your hips up high. Now you can just stay loose like this if you want, but if you can, walk this further in and get your hips as high as you can. Now keep that left elbow pulled in, just let your head hang, you can always stay here. But if you can take it further, then inhale your left leg up high. Exhale, bring your left knee forward and touch your left elbow. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, knee to left elbow again. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, knee to left elbow one more time. Inhale, lift your left leg. Now keep it lifted, keep the left elbow pulled in. And maybe scorpion the pose. You can bend the left knee, hang the left foot right. Keep breathing. With an inhale, straighten the left leg at the knees bent. With the exhale, bring that foot down, bring both knees down. And come back to all fours. Now let's take this to the other side. So go ahead and stay on the right hand, but come down to the left forearm this time. Left elbow down, bring the left hand into center of that forearm's diagonal. Slide the right hand back so you can stack the elbow of the wrist, but keep the elbow pulled into your side. Tuck the toes of both feet, lift your knees, bring your hips up high, and keep that right elbow pulled in. You can always just stay loose if being in the shape is enough. Now if you can, walk your feet forward, get your hips higher still. You can always just stay here. But if you can move, inhale the right leg up high. Exhale, bring that knee toward the right elbow. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, knee to right elbow again. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, knee to elbow one more time. Inhale, lift the right leg, keep it lifted. And then see about bending the right knee, hang the right foot left, keep the right elbow pulled in, hold here. And then with an inhale, straighten your right leg. With the exhale, bring that foot down, bring both knees down. And come back up to all fours, take a couple breaths. Now from here, we're going to take another round. This isn't going to be dolphin exactly, but still with that lopsided setup. So bring the right forearm down and stay on your left hand. Right over to the side, bring the right hand to center. Slide the left hand back so you can keep the elbow over the wrist. Now just keep your chest facing down, keep looking at the floor. Put the weight to your right knee, hover the left, and keep your left knee bent. Now left knee to the side, high as you can lift. And then fold the left leg in. Left knee out to the side again. And then fold the leg back in. Left knee to the side, high as you can lift. Fold the leg back in. Left knee to the side. Keep it lifted. Keep the toes pointed left and keep your left elbow pulling in. With your next inhale, extend the left leg straight back. Exhale, knee to left shoulder. Pull it in close. Inhale the left leg back again. Exhale, knee to left shoulder. Inhale the left leg back. Exhale, knee to shoulder. Now keep it here and set that left leg on your left arm. Now just look down at the floor. Keep your chest squared down if you can take this further. Maybe tuck the toes to the right foot and lift your right knee. And if you want to go further still, press the left leg into your left arm, but maybe straighten your left leg. And it's getting a little taste of that hurdler's balance here, more or less a setup. And go ahead, release this. Come back down, come into all fours. Take a moment to breathe and then take the other side. Bring your left forearm down when you're ready. Left elbow to the side, left hand moves to center. Slide the right hand back and keep the elbow stacked over the wrist. Keep the right elbow pulled in. Look down at the floor. Keep your chest squared down. Put the weight to the left knee and hover the right. Now right knee to the side, high as you can lift. And then fold the right leg back in. Right knee out to the side again. Fold the leg back in. Right knee to the side, high as you can lift. Fold the leg back in. Right knee to the side one more time. Keep it lifted. Keep that right elbow pulled in and keep the toes pointed right. With an inhale, extend the right leg straight back. Exhale, knee to right shoulder pulled in close. Inhale the right leg back again. Exhale, knee to right shoulder. Inhale the right leg back. Exhale, knee to shoulder one more time. Now set the right leg on the right arm. You could stay like this. If you can take it further, tuck the toes of the left foot, lift your left knee. And if you can go further still, keep the right leg pressing into the right arm, but try to straighten that right leg as much as you can. And then go ahead, release. Bring yourself down. Come up to all fours. Let's take a moment to breathe here. Now you can just move around for a moment and relax. You can take another stretch if you like, but whenever you're ready, tuck your toes, straighten your legs, lift your hips, and come into downward facing dog. Now, once you move into position, take a look at how you set this up. Hands about shoulder width distance apart. Flatten your palms so you can feel some weight toward your thumbs. And sink your chest down low. Now, even as your chest sinks down, press your hips up as high as you can toward the ceiling. And keep that upward reach of the hips. Now, keep your core engaged. Keep your hips pressing high. If your legs are tight, if your hamstrings are tight, go ahead, bend your knees and let that go. You can always stay loose. You can pedal this out, move your hips from side to side. When you're ready here, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bend the knees, look forward, and step this to the front of the mat. Let's take a ragdoll fold. So feet about hips width distance apart, deep bend in the knees. Let your belly touch your thighs. Let your head hang. Let your spine round. And let everything go long and loose here. Let the muscles in your neck relax. Now you can hang your hands to the floor. You can reach to opposite elbows if you like, and maybe shake this side to side to loosen further. And then from wherever you are, just release any grip that you have. Keep the knees bent to begin, but just slowly restack your spine. So round this up to standing, bring your head up last. And just open up your palms to your sides. When you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands down to heart center. Take a moment here to breathe, set an intention. Let your mind clear, find your focus. And then take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, just release your hands. Now with your next inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. So hinge at the hips, start with a straight spine, put a little bend in your knees. Keep your core engaged, move smoothly, and then just release this at the bottom. With an inhale, lift up halfway, fingertips to the floor to the shins, lengthen forward through the crown of your head. And then with the exhale, bring your hands to the mat. And step this back to high plank. Now find your shape here. Wrists underneath the shoulders, palms press to the floor. Press the floor away from you. Press your spine up toward the ceiling. Now keep your spine lifted. Keep your core engaged. Hold your hips under the shoulders and heels best you can. When you're ready here, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, slowly bring your shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Now keep your body in line, elbows pulled into your sides. Lower with control all the way down into your belly. Once you're down, flatten the feet out behind you. Hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. And we'll take this up and down through low cobra. So with an inhale, just peel up your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, roll this back down. Inhale, peel up again. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, peel up one more time. Now stay lifted here. Keep the lift in your upper body. Press into your feet. Take some or all the weight out of your hands. Elbows at your sides, draw the shoulders back. Keep your gaze forward. And then lift this up just a little bit higher. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll back down. Hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. Press the palms down to the floor. Let's take it to upward facing dog. So with an inhale, straighten your arms. Now pull your chest forward. Let your hips hang. Stay on the tops of your feet. And keep your legs active. Work to lift the knees up from the mat. To take it further, kick your feet down. Squeeze your glutes. Try to pull the hips forward to help deepen and lengthen the arc of the front. Now lift with your arms, lift with your shoulders as well. Keep your neck long, keep your chest pulling forward. And then take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, pull your belly and bring your hips up high back to down dog. Pedal out for a moment, let your hips move side to side. Now from your down dog, inhale the right leg high behind you. And with your right leg lifted, open up to a scorpion dog. So bend the right knee, hang the right foot left, let your hips open up, keep your shoulders square. With the next inhale, straighten the right leg, three-legged dog. Now keep that right leg straight and keep your hips squared. So reach for the right big toe, lock the knee, and feel the lift in the glutes on the right side. Now look forward toward your hands, left foot stays where it is. Bend your left knee, just feel your hips move straight up and down. Right leg stays straight and we'll take it back and forth. So press into your left foot, hop this forward. And then press into your left foot, hop it back. Press into the left foot, hop it forward again. Press into your left foot, hop it back. Press into your left foot, hop it forward one more time. And then step the right foot down between your hands. Slide your left foot back, come into low lunge. And we'll take it down lower, Anjaneyasana. Left knee down, left foot flat behind. Now sink your hips down, press them forward. When you're ready with an inhale, open this up and reach your arms high. Now as you reach up, start to reach back. Bring your gaze up high. Sink the hips down and forward toward the front of the mat. Just feel that length all through the front of the left side. Now take an inhale here. And with the exhale, bring the right hand to your right knee, left hand to the floor inside your right leg. Now keep the right shoulder lifted, open your chest to the right side, and press the inner right thigh into your chest. Now keep your hips down low, but tuck the toes of your left foot and just hover your left knee above the floor. And keep your chest open to the side of the mat like this. We're going to take the hips up and down. So with an inhale, just press straight up. Exhale, sink low, keep your chest open to the right side. Inhale, lift this up again. And then with the exhale, sink down low. Inhale, bring your hips up high. Exhale, sink this down one more time. Stay low here. And then take this with a half bind, right on behind your back, palm face. Maybe pull the shoulder back. Now press into the left hand and square your chest toward the floor. Now keep the right thigh pulled in close. Bring your weight toward the front of the mat. Press into the right foot and your left hand. And then bring your left knee forward to touch your left elbow. And step your left foot all the way back. Left knee to left elbow again. Step your left foot back. One more time, left knee to left elbow. Now hold here, stay low, keep that deep bend in your right knee. And then we're going to take this to a pyramid stance. So when you're ready, the left foot goes back about 3 feet. Hands to hips. With an inhale, bring your torso all the way upright. Now keep this as a wide stance, but still a short stance here. So again, 3 feet front to back, about hips width distance side to side, so your hips are still squared. Both legs straight, left foot points aside 45 degrees or so. But pull the right hip back, the left hip forward. And then from here, just bring this upright. With an inhale, reach the arms up high. And with the exhale, open up your chest, elbows out wide, let your head fall back. Inhale, reach straight up, look forward. Exhale, elbows wide, open up again, gaze up high. Inhale, reach straight up, look forward. And with the exhale, one more time, elbows wide, open up your chest, let your head fall back. Keep breathing here. Pull the shoulder blades toward each other. Keep your left hip pulling forward, the right hip pulling back, and keep breathing. Now with your next inhale, just come back to vertical, reach straight up. And then with the exhale, bring your hands down to your hips. Now draw your shoulders back, keep your chest open, put a deep bend in your right knee, and then hinge from the hips and bring your belly down to touch the right thigh. Keep your gaze forward. Now once you're down like this, keep the right hip pulling back, the left hip pulling forward. We're going to take this to a twist toward a revolved triangle. So bring the left arm past your right leg to brace the twist. Lift the right shoulder and open it up to the side. Now keep your chest open to the right. And then if you can take it further from here, maybe start to straighten your right leg. Now keep the top of the head reaching forward, keep your spine extending, but keep twisting. Right shoulder's higher than the left. And if you want to take this further, you can reach the right arm high or sweep the right arm forward, the bicep above your ear, but stay twisted, keep your chest open to the right side. Now everybody take an inhale. And then with the exhale, slowly bring yourself upright. Square your chest forward, hands to your hips. Bring the weight to the right foot. Step the left foot next to the right. And then put all the weight to the left foot and come to standing with your right knee high. Come to balancing here at the front of the mat. Dig into the left big toe. Now once you got your balance, just hold on to this here. And keep the shoulders pulled back. Put just a little bend in your left knee and we're going to move with this position, still standing in that left foot. So hinge from the left hip, face your chest toward the floor. Look forward and keep your right knee bent. And then hinge back up the vertical and bring your right knee up high. Again like that, hinge from the left hip. Keep your hips squared, face your chest toward the floor and look forward. Hinge back up And bring the right knee up with you. One more time, hinge forward. Face your chest toward the floor, keep looking forward. And then hinge back up the vertical one more time with the right knee high. Now once you're balanced, once you're stable, bring the left hand to the outside of the right knee. We'll take this as a standing twist. So draw the right shoulder back and open your chest to the side. Now this is good enough right here. If you want to go further, maybe reach that right arm back. Further still, you can reach with the left hand, take hold of the outside edge of the right foot, and maybe extend that right leg forward. Now just take this to where you can, stay tall, and just breathe. Now still balancing here, take an inhale. And with the exhale, turn back to center, right knee lifted, hands to your hips. And then set the right foot down next to the left. When you're ready, with an inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, fold this all the way down. Inhale, lift up halfway. And then with the exhale, set the hands. And set the left knee down on the floor. And the right foot's going to stay outside behind the right hand. Now lift the right heel, right knee high outside the upper arm. We'll take this toward that hurdler's balance. So shoulders forward, bend the elbows in toward you. And lean away from the right leg, put your ribs on your left arm. The right leg goes on the right arm, lift the right foot. Now look forward, pull your chest forward. If you're going to balance it, keep leaning till the left leg lifts. And then if you're going to take it further, maybe extend that right leg out to the side, maybe a little bit forward. Take it the way you can. And then take it through your Vinyasa. And once you find your down dog, take a moment to paddle out and breathe. And we'll bring all that to the other side. So with your next inhale, raise your left leg high behind you. Now left leg lifted, open up to your scorpion dog. Bend the left knee, hang the left foot right. Let your body twist. We keep the shoulders square to the front. With the next inhale, straighten the left leg back to your three-legged dog. Now straighten your left leg as completely as you can. Reach the left big toe, lock the knee. Look forward toward your hands. Keep the right foot where it is, but bend the right knee and feel your hips move straight up and down. Let's take this back and forth. Press into your right foot, hop it forward. Press into the right foot, hop it back. Press into your right foot, hop it forward again. And press into your right foot, hop it back. Now press into the right foot and hop it forward one more time. Stay forward. And then step your left foot down between your hands. Slide the right foot back, come into low lunge. And let's take it down lower, right knee down. Right foot flat behind. Sink the hips down, press them forward. When you're ready, with an inhale, open this up and reach your arms high. Now take a moment to stretch this out and breathe. Let the hips sink low and forward. Reach the arms up and back, gaze up high, lengthen out the front of the right side this time. And then take an inhale. Now with the exhale, left hand to your left knee, right hand to the floor inside your left leg. Now as the right hand comes down, press with your left hand, open your chest to the left side as far as you can, keep your hips low, and keep that left thigh pulling in toward your chest. Now tuck the toes of the right foot, keep the knee low to the floor, but hover it just above the mat. And we're going to take this up and down with the upper body twisted. So with an inhale, bring your hips up as high as you can. Exhale, sink back down, your chest is still turned to the left. Inhale, press your hips up high. Exhale, sink this down again. Inhale, lift your hips. Exhale, sink down one more time, stay low here. Now take a half bind, left arm behind your back. Square your chest toward the floor, but stay low. Press your torso into the left thigh. Now bring the weight to the left foot and your right hand. Bring the right knee forward to touch your right elbow. And then step the right foot back. Again, right knee to right elbow, stay low. And step your right foot back. One more time, right knee to right elbow, hold here. And then from here, we're going to take this to a pyramid stance. So step the right foot back one pace behind the left, hands to hips. With an inhale, bring this all the way upright. Now again, it's a short stance, 3 feet front to back, hips width distance side to side, right foot points to side 45 degrees or so. Right hip forward, left hip back, keep your hips square to the front. Now once you're ready, just bring yourself upright. With an inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, open up your chest, elbows wide, let your head fall back. Inhale, reach straight up, look forward. Exhale, elbows wide, open up, gaze high. Inhale, reach straight up, look forward. Exhale one more time, elbows out wide, let your head fall back, hold here. Now keep your chest open, let the head just stay back, press the right hip forward, the left hip back, keep breathing. With your next inhale, just reach straight up, look forward. And then with the exhale, bring the hands down to your hips. Now start to put a deep bend in your left knee, lean this forward. And then hinge from your left hip, bring your belly to touch your left thigh. Now once you're down, take it toward your twist, toward that revolved triangle. Right arm's going to reach past your left leg. Now brace this, press that arm into your left leg, and draw the left shoulder back. And maybe just stay like this, keep the crown of the head reaching forward. If you can take it further, maybe straighten your left leg, holding on to your twist. Now you can take this further, maybe reach your left arm straight up. Or maybe sweep your left arm forward, bicep above your ear. But just breathe here and take this to where you can. With your next inhale, bring this upright, hands to your hips. And then put the weight to the left foot, step the right foot next to left. And then the weight's on the right foot, come to standing with your left knee high. Just find your balance like this. Now keep your gaze forward, shoulders back, hold your balance, dig into that right big toe. And then we're just going to move a little bit from here. So keep a little bend on your right knee. Hinge from the hips, left knee stays bent. Now I want you to hinge forward, face your chest toward the floor, but keep your gaze forward. And then hinge back up, bring yourself upright with the left knee high. Again, hinge with the right hip. Face your chest down, look forward. And then hinge back up the vertical with your left knee high. One more time, hinges forward. Face your chest down, look forward. And then come all the way back to vertical with your left knee high, hold your balance here. And then once you're stable, let's take the standing twist. Right hand comes to the outside of the left knee. Draw your left shoulder back and open your chest to the side. This is good enough. Maybe reach your left arm back and take it further. Maybe bring the right hand to the outside edge of your left foot. And you can always extend your left leg if you want to take it there. Still balancing, take an inhale. With the exhale, slowly turn back to center. Left knee lifted, hands to your hips. Step the left foot down next to the right. With an inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, fold this all the way down. Inhale, lift up halfway. And then with the exhale, set the hands. Keep the left foot where it is, but step the right knee down to the mat. So you're in that almost all fours position again. Left foot behind your left wrist. Now press in your palms, lift your left heel, left knee high outside the arm. Look forward, bring your shoulders forward, elbows bending toward you, just like chaturanga. Lean away from the left leg, put your ribs on the right arm. Left leg goes on the left arm. Now look forward, lean forward to lift the right leg as well. And maybe extend that left leg. And again, just take it where you can. When you're ready, take it through another vinyasa. When you find your down dog, paddle out here, loosen up, slow your breathing down. Let's take this into half pigeon. When you're ready with an inhale, raise your right leg high behind you. With the exhale, bring it forward, right knee behind the right wrist, right ankle somewhere behind the left. Now go ahead, flatten your left foot, straighten your left leg, pull your left hip forward and keep it in line with the right. And just sink your weight straight down. Now look for at least some of that stretch in the outer right hip toward the glutes. And you can keep yourself upright like this. You can always go toward the back bend. If you want to melt down, maybe come down to the elbows, maybe come down all the way. Take it to where you need to. And just breathe here. And then from here, if your hands are forward, walk them back in. I'm going to take another pose. When your hands are close enough, pull your belly in. Stack your hips over your left knee. Step your right foot down between your hands. We're going to take this toward a half split. So keep your hips stacked over your left knee to start, belly touching your right thigh. Walk the right foot forward. And then when you're ready, just press into the right heel. Point the toes up toward the ceiling. Pull the right hip back and the left hip forward and find the stretch from the back of the right thigh. Now this could be enough with your knee bent and the belly touching your thigh. If you want to take it further, you can press that heel forward, maybe straighten the leg. Be sure you can keep your pelvis tilted forward with your belly touching your thigh. Now if you want to take it toward the full split, you can tuck the toes of your left foot. Maybe slide that left foot back, but keep your hips squared. Right hip pulls back, left hip pulls forward. And even if you take it toward the full split, I'm going to recommend you keep that forward fold. Just take things to where you can here. Now, if you took it toward the full split, come back to the half split, left knee underneath your hips. And everybody from the half split, just bring it to all fours with the right knee down. When you're ready, tuck the toes, lift your knees, bring your hips up high. And let's take all that to the other side. With your next inhale, raise your left leg high. And with the exhale, bring it forward. Left knee behind your left wrist. Left ankle somewhere behind the right. Flatten your right foot, straighten the right leg, pull the right hip forward, keep your hips in line. And again, just sink your weight straight down. Now look for at least some of that stretch on the bent leg side, out of the left hip or toward the glutes. You can stay upright like this, you can go further. Or you can melt down, come down to the elbows and sink down all the way if you like. Just take the version that works for you here, but keep your hips squared. Keep breathing into this. All right, and then again from here, if your hands are forward, walk them back in. When your hands are close enough, pull your belly in, back the hips up over the right knee. Step the left foot down between your hands. And again, let's take the half split. Now keep your belly touching your left thigh. And just walk your left foot forward. Now whenever you're ready, pressing that left heel, point the toes up toward the ceiling. Keep your belly touching your thigh at least a little bit. And look for that stretch on the back of the left leg. Left hip pulls back, right hip pulls forward. You don't have to take it too deep, but if you want to go further, you can slide that left heel forward and maybe take a straight leg with your belly still touching your thigh, but find the stretch. If you want the full split, go ahead, tuck the toes to the right foot. You can sink this further down, but still right hip pulling forward, left hip pulling back. And I do recommend you keep that forward fold, but just breathe with this. All right, and again for me, if you took the full split, come back to your half split. Right knee under your hips. From the half split, everybody bring it down to all fours. And then from all fours, bring your legs out from underneath you and come all the way down onto your back. Now once you're down, draw your knees into your chest and squeeze everything in. And then we're going to take this into Supta Gomukhasana. So go ahead, put your left foot down on the floor and pull the right knee to the center of your chest. Now open your right leg up to 90 degrees and let's cross the legs here. So bring your left knee in directly behind the right. Squeeze your legs together tight. Now pull down. It's opposite hand to hop, opposite leg. You just hold by the knees and this is enough. Keep your knees close and flatten your spine. Now if you can take it further, work your hands closer to your feet. And if you want to take it deep, curl your toes toward your hands, pull your feet down toward the floor and up toward your shoulders at the same time. Now whatever you're holding on to, keep the knees close, keep flattening your spine and press up into your hands as your hands pull down. Just breathe into this here. Take a deep inhale. Now with the exhale, release whatever grip you have, untangle your legs. And switch this out. Right foot to the floor, bring the left knee to the center of your chest and open your left leg to 90 degrees. Let's cross the legs. Bring the right knee in directly behind the left. Now squeeze your legs together tight and pull down. And again, keep the knees close, keep flattening your spine. If you're going to take it further, work your grip toward your feet. And if you want to take it deep, curl your toes toward your hands, pull your feet toward the floor and up toward your shoulders at the same time. And again here, keep the knees close, keep flattening your spine, keep pressing up into your hands as your hands pull down. And just breathe into this. Take a deep inhale. Now with the exhale, just release your grip. Go ahead, untangle your legs. Pull your knees into your chest side by side. And let's take this to happy baby. So reach between the knees. Take hold of the outside edges of your feet. Stack your ankles above your knees. And then pull down on both sides. So try to press the knees toward the floor outside your ribs and press your feet back up into your hands at the same time. And keep your spine flattening out, your tailbone sinking toward the floor. If you want to take this further, you can rock this side to side. If you want to go further still, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally, from wherever you are, take a deep inhale here. Draw down as much as you can. And then with the exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And then just let your eyes close here and let your body settle down into the mat. And then start to move again when you're ready. Fingers and toes, arms and legs. And then extend this out long. Take an inhale, reach your arms out past your head, let your body stretch. And pull back in. Bring your elbows toward your chest, draw your knees up as well. And then just take your time. Find your way up to a comfortable seat. And then give yourself a moment here. Ground yourself into the mat. Stack your spine. And bring your hands up to heart center. Now take a deep inhale here. Hold on to at the top. And then just let everything go. I thank you for joining me for class. Namaste.